let's do it. Welcome to Living, Breathing, and Having a Good Time. My name's Sierra Cooper, and today we're here with Val Vee that I met at PodFest this past January. And she is Val, I Am That Bitch. That is her podcast radio show, which is very controversial, and she has no room at holding back. She is an author. She is a motivational speaker. She owns a networking group for women. You're just like all over the place, aren't you? So tell us a little
Yeah,
bit
I
about
don't
you.
do much.
Yeah, not at all. No, you're very boring.
Yeah,
So,
very boring.
so tell us a little bit about what you got going on. What's going on with your podcast?
Well, I wrapped up season 2, so I'm looking for guests for season 3. I'm gonna start re-recording in September. Um, that's what's going on with that. But I'm launching something new
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have enough
Okay,
to do. Uh,
exciting.
so you mentioned the podcast, you mentioned Ladies Who Dine, which is the woman empowerment group. And by the time this airs, my new business will be launched. It's more of my speaking career and coaching. It's called Unleash Confidence with Val Vee. Unleashed. There we go.
Unleash. That's big.
Because I'm just tired of weak women, or they're hiding themselves. They're confident, but when they walk into a room, they just feel small. And even men too, like, own your shit, grab your balls, check if they're still there. Because the sexiest thing on a man is confidence, let me tell you. So I'm just I'm just tired of seeing meek, weak individuals.
Well, I think that goes for a lot of reasons, right? Because you've probably seen through doing your podcast and meeting women out and about with your networking group that there's so much judgment that's put on people when they want to bring up important topics and
Yeah.
they can't find their voice. So you found your voice through podcasts. So tell us a little bit about how you give women that type of empowerment.
Well, as I say in my book, like, you don't need fixing, you need unleashing, right? The confidence is there. You have it. You've walked through fire, you have scars to prove it. But when you walk into a room, you're afraid that people will know the truth about you. Um, so you become something else. And that was me for the longest time because I was a high school dropout. I grew up with bikers and criminals. I was afraid to let people in to see who I really was because I felt they wouldn't respect me, they wouldn't like me. And then it came to a point with my husband because a lot of people were telling me, you should run for politics, you should be on bigger stages. And I'm like, that's great and all, and I would love to, but they're going to find out about me. They're going to find out that I'm a high school dropout. And my husband just looked at me and said, talk about it before they do, own it. And that was it. And I was like, yep, everybody, I'm a fucking high school dropout. What are you going to do about it? Right? I'm a self-employed hustler, like, I am a serial entrepreneur. One of my businesses, I made 7 figures in its first year not
That's
because
amazing.
I finished high school.
Was that your olive oil
No,
business?
that was my
Oh,
cannabis business.
okay. Yeah, see, you're all over olive oil, cannabis. I mean, we need these things in our lives. So tell me a little bit about the reason why you chose the path that you chose.
Which path, though? I have many, and I'm taking many.
I know, like you're
Well,
scattered in so many different directions. Why is it that you've picked those directions?
I had no choice, right? In the late 80s, my parents made a horrible financial decision that made us go bankrupt. So my parents got into a car accident. They couldn't work. My one brother was in jail. Our house got raided. I had a gun to my head. My other brother was in school to become a chef, and there was me. So I dropped out of high school
Wow.
and I said, okay, I got to take care of my family. So I was forced to take this route. I told my one brother, stay in school because when you become a chef, you'll make money, and it's a career, right? So the other brother was, in and out. And when he was out, he would hand over money because he had it, right? He made it very quickly. And we did what we had to do. So
Well, and where are you from?
I live in Toronto, well, just outside of Toronto now, but I was born and raised in Toronto, downtown. And now we live in like the suburbs of Toronto.
So back then, was there a lot of gang violence, a lot of crime in the area that you were in? Was it just they
It was
were
everyday living for
young,
me.
dumb?
It wasn't like it is today. Like I think the type of people that I grew up with, they still had morals and respect. Like if you hurt a child or you hurt a woman, you were in trouble. You do not put a hand on a woman. It was like almost like the mob. Like there was like rules that you had to follow. And today's when I look at today's criminals, there's no respect, there's no honor, which is really weird to say, but they don't give a shit. They have no respect for life. They beat women up. They don't give a shit about children. They're shooting. We fought with fists. We didn't have guns, and like it's just a different time. I think
Well, we're both Mediterranean, so we both could definitely say that we would trust the mafia over a lot of people, probably
100%,
because of the way that things kind of unfolded for you, and for a lot of people, they could choose either route. They could choose going down and continuing that route of chaos, but you
100%.
chose the latter. So what really inspired you? Did you meet somebody that kind of introduced you to this new way of thinking to kind of get you out of where you were at? What exactly happened?
To
You
where I'm
just
at today.
Yeah,
So
just where you woke did you wake up out of all that chaos one day and just say, "Well, I don't want to be in it anymore." What was your
uh,
way of thinking?
well, the chaos just, it's funny. When I met my husband, I was afraid to tell him about my brother, right? Because I had a
Sure.
friend that said, Val, if I met you, I'd never want to date you because of the shit your family puts you through, right? Like who would want that drama? My brother in and out of jail, our house being raided. And I was afraid to tell my husband that my brother was like this. But he accepted me. And then with the hustle and the entrepreneur, because we were broke, right? We had no money. We went bankrupt.
Or
Our house
between
was raided. We
confess.
lost our house actually. And so no one was coming to save me. So I had to change our lives. And then my father got diagnosed with ALS and he passed away. So
Oh
it was
wow.
just me. And my brother Steve was in and out of jobs. My other brother John in and out of jail. So it was just me and my mom. So I had to survive. And I had no choice. So I said, I'm going to change our financial situation. And I became the person I am today. That was the moment. And then, but I still lack that confidence. I still lack the, the ability to be truthful of who I really was.
That is really
My
hard for me
husband.
to believe because when I met you at Podfest this year, you were like, there was no elephants in the room. You were sitting like literally right beside me, and then you looked over and you're like, "Oh, I got to meet her.
Yeah.
She's really fun." And we just
Well, I was talking
automatically
about hot
clicked.
boxing.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. That was the
And it
topic.
wasn't hot boxing with a joint.
Yeah, exactly. And so for a lot of women out there and a lot of men, right? Even men, some men are very insecure. They lack confidence. We've talked about beta boys and all that kind of stuff, right? And how women have kind of made men into women over the years. They've kind of demasculinated
Oh
them
my God.
and the right. So you got to support the alpha man a little bit.
Oh, I fucking
Um,
love an alpha male. God
be-
damn. I
because
love it.
because
Walk
you
in.
because you know that they're going to be honest, right? They're not going to beat around the bush. They're not going to try to impress you. It's all out front. So what's some tips for women from your new beginning and kind of stepping into your own, and men too, that lack that? What are some of the tips that you have for them?
Well, I think owning their truth, owning like their deepest secrets, and like no one gives a shit really at the end of the day. But once you voice it, you come out and you say, "Yeah, this is me. Accept me as I am." The saying, "What other people think about me is none of my business."
Hmm.
There's people that really dislike me, and there's people that really love me. Those that dislike me, I don't give a shit. They have no play in my life. So when you accept that and just love who you are and walk into a room like you own that bitch, or walk into a room like they're lucky to have you in it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm
Fake it
done.
till you make it.
Yeah, and it's a lot of it's body. It's not fake it till you make it. Own it, right? Like walk in like you own that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's body. Like Amy Cutter, she says, stand up tall, put your hand on your hips, take up space. It's all about your body language and your mentality, but also your body language. When you walk into a room crouched over, people are going to know that you're insecure, you're weak. No one's going to want to do business with you like that. When you walk in like you own something, right? You have a presence. People won't like, who is that? Who is that? Like you and I felt each other's presence at
Oh
Podfest.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I
And
mean,
that
science has said that if you stand up straight, right, it raises your testosterone level
Yep,
like majorly. And so
absolutely.
and so and so I think a lot of people need that because we live in a world today where instead of collaborating with people, people compete. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of people look at, especially men, because they get offended at something that somebody else has that they're envious of. Women
That's
as
that's a weak
well.
man and a weak woman. A strong man won't care what another man is doing because he's confident in what he does,
Right.
right? He's
Exactly.
secure. So that and
Exactly.
we've created us women because I'm not. People are like, "Are you a feminist?" And I'm like, No."
No.
I love gender roles. I love being able to come home because I'm an alpha woman. So I make a lot of money. I'm out there. I'm networking. I have a cannabis company, and that's a very high male industry. And I have to tell you, in that industry, I've never had more help from men to make me successful than any woman has ever done in my entire life.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
I
these
love
men want
working
to
with
see me
men.
successful. You know what I mean? They educate me, they teach me, about science, this and that, whatever, but they will make me or they will help me be successful. Where women will try to, I find even my own family and friends when I started to turn my life around financially because we were always the underdogs. We were always
Hmm.
the ones that were broke. We were always like my brother in jail, so on and so forth. And everyone was around us then because they could kick us while we were down. The moment I changed our life, the moment I changed my life financially, the moment like I went and bought a Cadillac, my cousin stopped talking to me because I was no longer
Amazing.
beneath her.
Envious. Yeah. And envy is a big green monster for a lot of people. And
Yeah.
it's a shame because me and you, ever since we've connected, we've talked about collaborating and,
And
you
growing
know,
bigger.
yeah, exactly. And now we've got a new committee we're forming for Podfest 2026, which is going
I'm
to be
excited.
fun. We're going to have a show of our own too. You already know this. This is going to
Girl.
happen. This is going to happen.
I just have to
So
move to the States and get out of this
you
country.
do, you do. You should come to Florida. So tell me, with this new endeavor that you have, it almost seems like this new path that you've chose is like your baby. It's almost like because it's so much a part of you and you finally identify with it, right? You finally say
Very
like,
passionate about it.
I'm finally at the point in my life where, I don't give a shit about what other people think. I really don't compare myself. I don't have any qualms about sitting down and talking about any kind of subject.
No.
What are some of the new things that you're going to be showing people that other programs or platforms really don't offer?
Collaboration that
Okay.
we, whether men or women, it's not, I'm leaning it towards women because I feel like we need it more, but that men and women can work together. We don't have to tear each other down to become successful. We can do it together. It's amazing. There's enough money for everybody in the world. And when you own it, you can make it. That's what I'm going to show everybody. I'm passionate about it. It's in my bones. Like every time I get off stage, there's at least two or three women that come to me and say, if you could bottle your confidence, I would buy it. So I bottled it.
That's
So
awesome.
let's hope they buy it. Actually, I know they'll buy it.
Well, and that goes along with something that I wanted to bring up at Podfest with perseverance, right? So overcoming hurdles, overcoming rejection, overcoming a lot of
Actually, sorry, you said rejection. I'm going to cut you
yeah.
off. This unleashed confidence came from rejection.
What happened?
So I won two speaking gigs, and the first one I was first place. Second one, I went like all the champions competed,
Mm-hmm.
and I came in third, which is still good, right? I wasn't first, but whatever. I'm not bitter about it, but anyway, just kidding.
I always root for the underdog anyway, so there you go. They always come out fighting a lot more.
Yeah. So, people are like, oh, you're in first place. You think all this opportunity is going to come your way, use the momentum, and nothing happened. And I was feeling kind of low, and I was like, oh, I did the speaking gig for me. I decided I'm going to be a speaker. I joined this competition and I took first the first time I was on stage. So I knew it was meant to be. And no opportunities were coming my way. I asked, I put myself out there. People are like, I don't know how to represent you because I'm a tough personality, right? A lot of people might be afraid of this shit that comes out of my mouth, right?
I'm not. I find it absolutely hilarious.
Well,
I
I find
love talking to
Americans
you.
take to me, Americans can handle me better. Canadians are a little bit softer. And well, a lot softer.
Yes,
A lot of our
yes.
country.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But they listen, any country that has a sport called curling and not football, okay, no, no.
well, but you
Like
don't.
I'm not even going there.
Where did the fucking squirrel get? I'm coming after America now. What's the fucking Harry Potter game?
I don't know. I'm not that much into
Yeah,
Harry
okay, that
Potter.
created that. You guys
Yeah,
created that. So,
yeah.
but I don't get curling. I'm a hockey girl, so I don't get it. But um,
Yeah,
yeah, I
give me
just
a concussion, you know?
I just like the hockey fights. But
Yep.
I forgot what I was saying actually. So what were we
Well,
talking
no, you're
about before?
speaking. So yeah, but I mean, you brought up about all these motivational speaking gigs, right?
Oh,
And you're
right, my
talking
rejection.
and your rejection.
Yeah.
It like have you motivationally spoken on a lot of different topics when you're talking about motivational speaking or
Well, I talk about mostly I did about collabing in women in business and stuff with ladies who joined my woman empowerment group. And then I would bring in other speakers as well. We talk about resiliency, empowerment, collaboration, all the buzzwords. We've talked about it, right?
okay.
But this came to me because I was putting myself out there and people didn't want to work with me or don't know how to work with me. And I thought, no, I'm going to just do it myself. This is a line in the sand. I'm doing it. I'm going to create the opportunity for myself. So Unleash Confidence was born, and I put my heart and
And
soul in it. I'm on my computer building it every day for hours.
when you say rejected, like was it the type of rejection like you're too loud, you're too there's things that you should censor. What exactly when you say rejected? Cuz I
All of
think
that.
I think people, right? They they have a different perception and a different meaning to everything, right? Because they can only see or filter through their past experiences.
Mhm.
So, were you rejected by men and women or just women or
It wasn't a gender-based rejection.
yeah,
It was more business wise, like I want to work with you. I want to be on stages. I wanted PR. One PR person said, I don't know how to represent you. Because I can turn off the swearing. I do swear a lot. I am loud. And it's funny, the last couple of days, I've told people, they're like, what are you launching? Because when we're recording this, my Unleash Confidence has not been released yet. It's not going to be released until July 22nd. So everybody's trying to get, and I've created a lot of hype online where it's mysterious and they want to know what's happening. Um, but I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
well, it's effed up. so,
Oh, okay.
so
So a lot of people, I can
see, I say it's
they
effed up,
say that,
and there you go.
yeah, talk to me about the F word and I got you. I swear too much. I'm too loud. And then when I'm telling people about this, they're like, you know, I said, I'm done playing small. This is it. every fiber of my being. When I think about it, my hair's standing up. I'm so passionate about it. And they looked at me and said, "Well, I never thought of you small." But yet here I thought I was playing small. But everybody that's looking at me, they when I walk into a room, they're like, "We never thought you were small." Okay, my
I
ass is big,
didn't.
but whatever. You know what I mean? But my energy, right? So when I say I'm done playing small, they were like, "No, we always thought you played big."
So now you've co-wrote, you've wrote a book. What exactly have you done as far as writing?
Well, I wrote some multiple books, some stuff for Ladies Who Dine, networking journal to help people network because a lot of people don't know how to network. But I created Unleash Confidence, built from pain. I created that. It's just a small little book that when you join my VIP 8-week program, you get that for free. And we're going to build on it as time goes on. Of course, things change and we want to add more things to it. But yeah, I'm excited about it. I can pull it out here real quick. The draft. Unleash Confidence,
Oh, that's a pretty cover. I like
right?
that.
So
Yeah,
I'm not
it's
a cookie cutter,
nice.
you see all these coaches in beige rooms and white suits and this and that. And I actually, my photo shoot, I did a white suit, but not in a beige room with beige feathers. But I'm owning my shit. I'm owning my shit. And I even act because I am a good Christian girl. I say I swear a lot. I love Jesus, but I swear a lot. But I did put some scripture in here because there when I started talking to God, when people say manifest and talk to the universe, well, I talk to God and he
Hmm.
has provided for me like I could never imagine the life from where I was to where I am today. I know it's all God has a plan for me. And so I put structure, like I put some scripture in there that's motivating that you just have to look back to the Bible and it tells you what to do.
So, what exactly is on the horizon for you down the road after you launch this? I mean, you've got the book, you're doing the show. Is there some other element of surprise you're going to throw in there? Because you're not boring. So there's so much going on in that head of yours. And every time I FaceTime you, I try to read your face because I can see it in your
You told me
eyes.
I
I'm
looked like
like,
shit yesterday.
yes, I did. We both did. Um, so, but is there like a plot twist? Is there something like brand new you haven't done that you're gonna do with this,
I
you
don't
think?
know. Well, there's different arms within this business that I can't divulge right now. And I'm still working on. So there's multiple things within Unleash Confidence, but this isn't just like a typical coaching program. This is literally going to be a fucking movement.
That's awesome.
Women are going to be confident, men are going to be confident. I'm not afraid of saying, like gender roles, we need them. We need them. We need men to be protectors, providers, men, alpha male. I want to bring that shit back.
Well, and just to kind of in closing now, what would be some of the messages that you would like to give young women and men, entrepreneurs, starting out, or thinking about all these things that they have up in their heads, and they're told either by their parents or by other colleagues of theirs, oh no, you're never going to succeed. Wouldn't you say they should bottle that up and make them, make that fuel for them? What exactly would you tell them to do?
Okay, well, there's two aspects to that. So we're our worst enemy. So if you're going to do
Mhm.
something, do it. Don't start like anything they say. If you think about something more than 5 minutes, you're going to talk yourself out of it. Right? So when you're in it, own it, do it. Stop listening to the voices in your head. Start talking to yourself positively. Like what you say to other people, say it to yourself. When other people are saying it to you because they told me I'd never amount to anything being a high school dropout, um, uh, it gives me fuel. It's like a competition. Yeah, you don't think I'm going to become something? Fucking watch me, watch me. And I have a saying in my speech, and I'll say it here because this will be released after. there were many people that tried to bury me. Okay.
Oh, me too.
But what
Oh,
they didn't
yes.
realize, I was the fucking seed. So all they can do is sit on the sidelines and watch me fucking grow.
Exactly. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And that's, I think for the entire world looking at all the issues, right, that we see nowadays. I mean, you turn on your TV, you go on social media, you
And
see.
stop looking at social media. Stop. That's not real
Exactly.
life. It's not real
Exactly.
life.
Manifestation of positive things is I was just talking about this the other day, is you are what you think, you are what you create. So if you are thinking negatively, talking down to yourself, you're not happy with something, well, then change it, just
And also the
get.
people around you, Sierra. If those
Mhm.
people around you are not uplifting, get rid of them. Get rid of them.
Absolutely.
You are
Absolutely.
who you are, like who you hang out with. So if you're going to hang out with losers, you're going to be a fucking loser. You know,
Exactly.
hang out with winners. They don't have to, they could be your equal or higher. That's what I think. And like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, you're beneath me. That totally fucking came out wrong, but whatever. But but you know what I'm trying to say is like you are who you hang out with, right? So make sure you choose wisely of who's in your circle.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't want an anchor, right? You don't want someone holding you back. You don't want
No.
someone envious and jealous and telling you how to do things. And, me and you are very similar in a way where if someone tells us what to do, we're going to do the opposite of
Pretty
that.
much. That was my
Because
life during COVID.
right, exactly. Well, yeah, me too. Because the thing of it is, you got to accept people for who they are and allow them to do what they're meant to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love it. I love it, and thank you for coming on the show. And I love
Thank
being
you for
on your
having me.
show, and I want to be on your show again. I want to do that whole AI baby thing again because that was so hilarious. I
I
mean,
did that. That was cute.
yeah,
And it
it
only
really.
worked for you and I. I tried to do me and my brother, and it always made me into a little boy. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see when AI gets smarter.
I'm telling you, this coming year, 2026, you've got to do stand-up comedy. I'm gonna push you to do that because you would be like the Bert Kreischer of comedy on stage. Really. And I say I love Bert Kreischer. By the way, I love the fact that he's very unfiltered and he gets half naked on stage and he's like,
I just
"Hey."
watched a clip of
Just,
him too.
I love Bert Kreischer. He's hilarious. And
Yeah.
so, but you know, I think with everything that you have going on, just really putting yourself out there on many fronts, I love to see you as a speaker at Podfest and, learn more about you and, maybe some of the dark side of you standing up there and, because you did me, you watched me do stand-up
And
comedy
you did
and
great, but I don't think I like, my whole life I've been told I should be a stand-up comic. I just, as soon as you script me, Sierra, as soon as like I can say my speech, I can be a motivational speaker and stuff like that. But the shit just comes out of my like sometimes I'm shocked at the words that just fall out of my mouth. Like, did I just say that? Oh well, okay, run with it. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's what I do. I'm off the cuff. I mean, a lot of times people they don't know how to take me either because I'm very honest. So, but I love it. I can't wait to see more. So July
me too.
22nd, how can people find you?
Oh, there's so many ways. But the main one on Instagram, I'm the Val V. And then there's thevalv.com and then unleashconfidence.com. And then from there, you can find all the other things that I do.
Okay. And so just out of curiosity, besides Podfest, are you thinking about coming to the States more often to do events?
Let's go. Get them for me. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
ready. I told you, I told Larry, I am ready to go. I love the States. I used to live in the States. I wish I never came back to Canada. But like I said, I feel more at home there. I'm more
Hmm.
accepted there than I feel I am here.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch you get up and speak with Larry Roberts. He looks like one of these people. I don't think I met him at Podfest, but
Oh,
I
he's
need
so
to,
funny.
yeah, yeah. He just looks like one of those people you want to know, you know? So anyway, it was very nice talking to you. Thank you for coming on the show. I can't wait to have you
Thanks for having me,
back.
Joel.
Yes. So everyone check out Val I Am That Bitch and wait for her on a leash. Show us your t-shirt again.
Did you say on a leash?
No,
Bitch, this bitch ain't on a leash ever.
no, not at all.
Unleash.
Okay, awesome. Okay, uncensored. All right. Okay, girl. Well, thank you so much. I
Okay,
appreciate it.
see ya.
Have a good day. Bye bye.
You too. Bye.